Okay, welcome back, one and all. This is going to be the channel's very first excursion into the world of Rush. I can't believe it's taken me so long to start on the Rush catalog, but this is Tom Sawyer by Rush off of their epic album, Moving Pictures, my favorite album of theirs, by far. This is going to be interesting because I'll go through and I'll do my normal lesson like I always do. I'll show you the rhythm guitar parts that Alex Lifeson is crafting and also that guitar solo. But I'll do my thing. But I'm also going to link to a video of Alex Lifeson himself showing you how to play this song. And I had to actually go to that to learn some nuances that I wasn't picking up by ear. I'll go off of what he's saying. But I'm going to give you a link there where you can hear Alex say it. But I'm going to do my thing and show you how I can explain it to you too. So if this is the kind of thing that you like and you haven't done so yet, please jump down, click subscribe, ring the bell. The bell will tell you when I drop new content. I do that every single week. All my videos have chapters in them, so you can jump right to the part of the lesson that you want to see and bypass what you don't. And if you're looking for other ways to support the channel, I appreciate that. There's thanks, just like throwing a tip in the tip jar, or even better, you can join my Patreon page where I've got chord charts and tabs for all the lessons I do here, just like this one. And if you're interested in joining the growing army of you who are evangelizing the math equation that tells you what is the correct number of guitars you should own at any given time, which is the number of guitars you should own is the number you have today plus one. There's a t-shirt for that. Link's in the description, so check it out. All right, Tom Sawyer. All right, so all the details of my signal chain, by the way, are going to be detailed below. Alex is known, especially in this era where I think it's starting to get a little more effects heavy in the sound that makes it on the record and even live, but it's basically chorus. I've got some chorus going on and an EP boost, but and my 20 watt Marshall Plexi, all that's below. Okay, so standard tuning. This is the tone that I've got dialed up here, okay? Now, one thing I've learned is when you are playing, you know, good, strong overdrive / distortion, and you've got a lot of effects going on, and maybe just a good practice in general, take your volume knob and roll it off the top. Don't leave it maxed. Don't. It sounds best when you're sort of around, on this guitar, it's around 8.5. It just takes a lot of the sort of fizzy noise out of it and gives you more of the clarity with a lot of the power. So just a friendly tip from your friends at 12 Foot Chain. Okay, so let's go right into the intro chords. So it opens up with the keyboard and the drums. So the first chord is just going to be a great big mini bar chord A here at the 7th fret, and you're gonna end at that note. And all of these chords are sort of the dun 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 off of the E. So you're gonna do that a lot on these chords, right? But that's the first one. Now the second chord is like a D suspended 2. Okay, similar to that. But what you're going to do is you're going to add an E note on top. And you're going to pick your finger up so you let that open E string ring. So this is the chord shape. Isn't that cool? So the first one is E. Right, and the third one is this this shape here. It's an A where you're suspended, whatever that is, whatever the chart says it is. Right? And then the fourth one is the same shape that we did on number 2, but we're just doing it at a C position. And I actually like to bar this over because I think I hear that note still going on. All right, so all 4. he goes again, around. No, his mind is not for rent, you know. And then there's another sort of a second half to that where he does some embellishments on it when the energy picks up. And so the way that Alex describes it is he says, you know, that D-shaped E. I like to do it here. There's a little more control for me. And you're accomplishing the same thing, but he's playing it down here, he says, which is a different tone. Then the second chord, you're going to pick your pinky up and you're going to move it over to your B string on that same 7th fret, and you're taking your index finger and you're moving it over to get that C note. So you're going from, isn't that cool? Yeah. And then the third chord, you're going to walk that first string down, right? And then you do this C add 9, I believe it is, and you're going to walk the bass notes all the way down to a low E. Right? So that little embellishment. Just sounds so tough, so evil. All right, and then we're gonna do this great arpeggio, which is based off of this E5 chord. You see that shape over. The key note that you're really gonna hear is this B note, which you're gonna fret. And it's best, I think, if you fret it with your pinky there. And what he's going to do is this great arpeggio where he's going to climb. I'll just do the low note of what's happening against that B note, but it's this. Yeah, I think it's pretty straight. I was a little busy on that first time around, but... add that note in there, the way I'm playing it, or in the arpeggio. I'll try and do it slow here. I sort of don't know if that E note is being fretted partially through some of these chords or not. You know, you could leave it all open and just play the strings open. But it seems like that E note should be in there somewhere. So I sort of mix it in. There it is back. Sort of like when I'm fretting the E chord and the A chord, it seems to be there for me. Anyway, super cool, right? And then it ends with an A to a B, I guess it's when you're in that position, it's your first hit. And then this is the B chord that he comes to, and it's with an F sharp on the bottom. So it's like a B add to, or B suspended 2, but it's got that low F sharp, right? So coming out of that, nice. And and he describes this part as like the Pete Townsend from my generation, you know. Right, which is just an A chord with a G over it, but coming out of that. Right, not full G to a B. It's A, you're that A chord with that G note added. And there's that big E5 chord. Super cool, just interesting chord shapes. Just very cool, which you know, because you tuned into this video. All right, so then it goes into the section where it's going to move, and I think all of this is in, I wouldn't say 4/4. Someone's going to correct me, but it's 4-based time up until now. And now through this section, it's going to move to 7/8 time. And this is where Geddy Lee is doing the Moog, you know, that part, which we'll show you. But it moves to 7/8 time. So he's going to play his part for a couple measures, and then Alex comes in and plays under it, moving from an E to an F sharp. And that shows up again on the outro, right? And notice he rushes that, he jumps that beat when you're moving up to the F sharp. You know, it's sort of jumping to that next note there. You know, but you can feel that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not counting it straight, but it is 7. It is 7. But it's a 7 count. And then he matches what's being played on the synth on that great part for a couple rounds. And where Alex is playing that, here's the part I'm talking about. I'm going to kick on a little more. Right? This is right before we're going into the guitar solo. But that figure, we're still in 7/8 time, and throughout the whole guitar solo, we're also still in 7/8 time. But playing it at this position, great. So just the front and the back half of that. It's the front half. It's the back half. And check my picking hand here. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Yeah, I think I'm doing a kind of alternate picking, sort of. So the first note I'm hitting on the D string, I'm doing a down stroke, and then an up stroke on the 5th string. I don't know if that's what he did. I don't even know if that's the best way to play it, but that's what feels natural to me. You can see how it changes, right? But it just, what a killer part. The bass keeps going on that, and we're into the guitar solo. So I'll take these part by part, and he's going to start down here on a G sharp, like that part of an E chord, maybe, you could say. And he moves from the 1st fret on the 3rd string to 4 to 7. Right? And then he's going to play a little bit here over how I see it as an E, like this E chord. It's in that position. Right? I might have that little flurry wrong. The tabs will be correct on here. And then we're gonna hit this down here on your A, on your low E string. Okay, so all together. And then here we're gonna do these artificial harmonics, or pinch harmonics, maybe they're called. And if you're unfamiliar with those, they sort of shine when you have, when you're really pushing the amp and you got some distortion or large overdrive going on. It makes it easier. But normally I'm playing the pick with the point, getting the string. But what I do is I sort of flip the pick a little bit so that instead of hitting the string with the point, I'm sort of chopping away at the string with a little bit of the edge, side edge of the pick, and then quickly following it with the meat of my thumb, right? So you get things like, right? Billy Gibbons all day, right? But what he does on this next set of riffs, he's using that all the time. So I'll pick it cleanly to illustrate it. I can't even pick it cleanly because I automatically go to the pinch harmonic. Anyway, sorry. It's that bend up at the 2nd fret, the C sharp, where you get that pinch harmonic. But anyway, so, right? And then your pinch harmonic, if you were to do that with the pinch, it's more like this, right? Right? And then the next little flurry of notes that he does up here, when he explains it in the video, he plays it cleanly, like he's telling you what he's, actually doing, right? But on the record, it's like almost all pinch harmonics, so you sort of can't tell what it is. So I'm grateful that he was showing us that. But the riff is something like, right? I think it's just one hit at the end. But if you just play that with pretty much all pinch harmonics, that's closer to what's on the record. Right? Right? So it comes out something like that. And then we're going to jump up here now up to the 12th fret, or above the 12th fret. And how I like to think about this little riff is it's sort of loosely based around, I don't know, E minor pentatonic, I guess. Right, but it's got that note in. It basically plays a version of that twice. All right. The first time I think is a little briefer. I think it's more like, and then the second time he adds a little more. Right? But anything in that space. I keep going to that harmonic, it's funny. And then he gets out of it. And these are great long bends that he does. When he bends up to that E, you can hear him grab that E at the 12th fret. So that little riff sequence there. And that move from that E there at 12 all the way up to 16, the G sharp, so cool. It's like he's picking another place to climb to, and it's not an obvious, it's not an obvious, but he's going along with that G sharp as sort of the starting point on these E chords. So it makes sense, but how cool is that? And he just sort of hangs on and bends it up and then mutes it shut. And then this little flurry that happens here is, again, it's an E major. You could think of it as an E major. So that's all that's happening there. And then you're going to bend up. I'm on my B note here, and I'm just going to bend up. And that's the climax, the apex of the solo, and you're just going to bend that and hit it along with those snare hits that are happening. And then back to our riff. How we're going to get out of it, back to our chords. God, how cool and epic is that? My Lord. Everybody take your amp, just everything up to 10, go out in your backyard, turn that up, and just do that. Your neighbors will love you. Yeah, so you put it all together and it sounds something like this. Okay, and so it's going to run around the same sort of format for verses that we have already learned. On the outro, all that's going to happen there, it's going to run in that 7/8 time again, where there's a little bit of synth solos going on, but it's the same thing that Alex was doing earlier on that sequence where he's moving from the E to the F sharp. So that's what you're going to do all the way through the outro of the song. Your work on guitar is done. That's it. That's it. And if that's tricky for you, it's probably because of the time signature or whatever. But if that has been giving you trouble, that's why. It's because you've switched into a different time signature. And for some people, that can throw you until you just practice it, and you'll get it. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was Tom Sawyer by Rush, and I hope you learned something new today. If this is the kind of thing that you like and you haven't done so yet, please jump down, click subscribe, ring the bell. The bell will tell you when I drop new content. I do that every single week. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this, and if there's another lesson you want me to do something similar, let me know what that is too. And until next week, take care, everybody.